running on the latest version, so anyone could jump in and you don't have to unpatch or anything.
Right, yeah, it makes it easy to get everybody involved.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Looks like we finally got started.
Okay, what do you think about outfits, right away?
So starting off right off the bat, Cake with the signature cat ears and the cat tail, going with the amethyst wings that he's been rocking along with the halo for this entire tournament. It's a relatively new outfit for him. He didn't use this in the past. Like I said before, he used to use the rainbow trail all the time.
Yeah,
so,
but he always uses cat ears. Cat ears is important for him.
It's like a luck thing for him, so
yeah.
He definitely is using it. Dash, on the other hand, going with the classic V wings. He's using the Angel Knight armor and helmet, and he's got the Craterack back on, which is actually pretty nice. I like the Craterack.
Yeah, it fits well. It's the same color as the armor.
So heading here into the floating keep, basically what these guys are looking for through here is they don't want any bad fire guys to spawn up until here when they get this first portal. So essentially it's just a lot of early platforming, basic movement mechanics trying to teach you the way the game works. And what they're really, like I said, they're looking for here is avoiding these we call them phrase lows, like my co-commentator here, but they teleport around and they can appear right in front of you and shoot all over the place. And so if you get one that teleports right in front of you when you're trying to make a critical jump, it's actually it can kill you many times. So they're really looking to not get that.
Or if they teleport in a safe place and then they are almost impossible to hit, slows you down a lot.
So Cake gets to the first portal here a little faster. Pulling out the sloth there for that conving, that's actually a speed strat that I think he's one of the only people that uses that.
Yeah.
Sloth is a high wind-up weapon that hits for 8 damage if you manage to blast the whole thing. Convings have 6 health. So both of them getting the feather within just a couple of seconds of each other. Looks like Cake here is about 5 seconds ahead at the moment. 6, it looks like.
So yes, Sloth is a... oh wow, Cake with the dead. But yeah, Slot is a high skill level weapon. It really helps you optimize the game a lot, but requires a lot of practice.
So yeah, you'll notice that they switched to Sloth there, coming out from underneath that quick area where you flutter, and that's to kill both that conving and the dog right away, and because it kills them all in one shot if you time it properly. And they both nailed it with no problem. Oh, Cake missing the jetty skip.
Oh, then he decides not to go for it, giving it one try. Not too bad.
Yeah, so you actually can, if you get that on the second try, you're still saving time over going the top route. So, Dash actually has a slight lead now, which at this early in the game doesn't mean a whole lot.
Yeah, Pagoda changes everything. It depends who gets best RNG on the freestyle boss.
Yeah, so here you got, Dash trying to get this phrase low, teleported under the platform. He had a little trouble there, had to wait for it to teleport again. Cake, on the other hand, no problems getting through the portal. Dash right on his heels. Now, Cake did take that death on jetty skip, so he did have to change degree there and kill the conving and the dog, but didn't really slow him down any. So we got our tutorial boss here. Nothing special. They are going to use Sloth on her because she can take a small burst of damage before her shield comes up, and Sloth, being the highest DPS weapon, allows you to 3-cycle her.
Yeah.
If you use the base weapon, Pride, it takes you 4 cycles to get through her. Or I'm sorry, 6. If you use Wrath, it's 4 cycles.
Yeah. Okay. You're right. So yeah, both pretty close so far. Dash taking the wing really early, which makes it go down really slowly. It's best to let it fall down on its own for a bit.
Yeah, it actually gravitates down straight towards the ground faster than when it floats down back and forth. Cake may go for a damage boost here. It looks like he's going for it. This is the pixel jump, and he nails it. Bam! Look at him. So I don't know if Dash is going to go for pixel jump or not. I don't think he is. No, he doesn't. He's just going for the standard safe strats. Cake here also, he took a lot of it. He's on a bit of a weird cycle. Yeah, he's at 20 HP, so he actually couldn't use the damage boost. There is a damage boost you can do here if you're on cycle with that conving, and it lets you get up to the turret and skip going to that save off to the side, and it saves a bit of time. But He didn't get that this time, so. Dash, on the other hand, kills the Conving right away, so knowing that he doesn't use that strat, and he's off. Huh. I'm kind of surprised to see Cake not actually clip up there, so...
It's faster if you get the good cycle to just slide through.
Ah.
So it's really a knowledge thing. If you know your V, you're gonna know when to slide or when to go up. It's much easier for most runner to go up. It doesn't really change much in terms of time save, but for newer player, it just saves you some damage. It's a really good strat to get into the game to learn.
So both of them got the same RNG. They both got the high swoop followed by the vomit. So that's actually good for both of them.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Cake hit the hit Pregora with Sloth when it did the high swipe, so he got a faster kill than Dash did. So he widened his lead just a little bit. Cake also gets Ruby Jetpack, which is faster than if you do the clip out of bounds there and don't get it. Oh, that was an interesting.
Oh wow! You said.
That was a real. That was
backpack too.
I was at a loss for words there. He did something really interesting. I've never seen him.
Yeah, I think it lets him
that.
get one more slide in, so it's slightly optimized.
Dash just didn't get enough height, and he ended up not getting the high flutter.
Yeah, but he got the backpack at least.
Right.
Makes it even.
That's definitely a big help to him. So Cake just grabbed a feather there that you saw. That is the double jump. So now they have the ability to double jump and flutter. And the way that this game, handles its jumps and flutters is that you can, because you're jumping with your wings as opposed to your legs. Cake for the damage boost strats here.
Wow.
As opposed to jumping with your wings rather than your legs, you can jump at any time, whether you're on a platform or off. So if you're standing on something and fall, you still have both jumps and your flutter. And that's what gives this game some of the greatest movement, of a lot of platformers that I've played, and makes it so unique.
Yeah, and right now they have the core movement of the game unlocked. Each area has its own more specific gimmick, but that's the one you'll have for the entire game: flutter and double jump. Anyway, Cake did an insane damage boost. It's really hard.
They're both on the same RNG.
Yeah, they got the
Still,
same.
even up to Electram. That's great.
They got the same birds at the start of the game.
Oh, wow. Okay, so it looks like Cake interrupted the balls attack at the beginning, and Dash had to sit through it. So their RNG was actually slightly different. Cake got a much, much faster fight there. He did get Orbless there on Electram, which is pretty rare. So that was a great kill for him.
Yeah.
Taking the death abuse and going back towards town again.
So now we're at the Veil 2, which is one of the hardest area of the game.
Yeah, Veil 2 has a really nasty damage boost right in the middle of it, which is required to get you through. It basically skips about half or so of the second area, and it's a huge time save to get it like that. So it's a nasty damage boost. There's a lot of monsters in between you and the end of it, and there's a heart that you can get to refill your health, but it's way out of the way. So they really don't want to have to go for that if they don't have to. And the main thing that, right after that is that there's a second damage boost that happens in the Troll Cave. So you have two big damage boosts, in a really short period of time. And they're both
the hardest, too.
Yeah, and they're both fairly tight, and, they're very easy to screw up. So to get them, both in quick succession without, losing a bunch of time, it really is big. Cake, no problems with the first damage boost.
Yeah, that's his strat. He uses the bug, so it's really safe. Really consistent.
Yeah.
It's a good strat to learn. It's makes you have so much health.
So here's the Troll Cave skip. He gets it first try, no problems. He waits for a second to make sure he doesn't get hit by the second rock. So he's going to be entering Amethyst here with 80 HP, and he's going to take another Death Abuse when his fight's over and end up, right back at that red save that was at the top of it. Dash, meanwhile, is just taking his damage boost. He took a blade, so his health is lower, meaning that he really can't afford to take a lot of extra damage here. Ooh, he's low. So he's gonna... Oh, he still took the boost from the blade. So as long as he doesn't get hit, he's still fine. Good job.
He's fine. It was really scary at the end. He couldn't take any damage.
Yeah. But he did miss the cave skip on the first try.
Oh no, he bonked.
Oh man, that time the troll just missed him.
Yeah. Oh no. It's off for Dash right now.
Yeah, he's getting a little flustered here. Now this is one of those points where, like I said, these damage boosts are very tight, so it's very easy to get a tilt going.
Oh,
and
I think
really
he's
throw
gonna take
your
the
run
save
off.
before I miss this now.
Yeah, I don't think he's comfortable enough taking a 60 HP amethyst.
He got super sniped. Can we just say how close Dash is to Cake right now, considering like the huge difference in their PV? Dash is playing really well. That was the first mistakes in the run.
And in reality, there was actually only like one real mistake in there where he bonked. The rest of it was just kind of not great RNG, you know, on his part. So to keep it within a boss that's really good. Like you said, it's about a 9-minute difference between their PVs, I think.
Yes.
So yeah, it's huge for him to be this close. If he keeps it this close, he'll be on pace, something fierce. So Cake heading through the grotto now. The grotto introduces a couple of new things. It introduces laser gates that have switches that you have to shoot with the purity bolts in order to deactivate so you can get through them, and they're on a timer. And it also introduces the mine carts, which are basically auto scrollers, but they throw in a lot of platforming and laser gates and things like that. So instead of just waiting for things to happen, there's a lot of stuff going on in between.
And a lot of things kills you like instantly in this area. Your health bar doesn't matter much.
Right. So using Sloth here is a relatively recent strat, and it lets you blow through a couple of these spiders really quick. And the spiders, what you're looking for here is to just not get bopped.
Nice. And Cake uses a damage boost that only he uses on the plant right there. Lets you skip a cycle or do the plant strat.
Yeah, that room is very tight as it is. So even when you're going through it normally, if you kill all the plants and go through it, you have very little time to spare. And to take a damage boost there is extremely dangerous. So, like Frey said, it is literally a Cake-only strat at this point.
Yeah, only he uses it. Shark's learning it, but he's not using it in run yet. So it's just to tell you how hard it is if only the world record holder is using it and not anyone else under that. How much he needs to do to optimize and get better.
Oh, wait. What happened to Cake? He died. I missed it.
Yeah, I think he died. Probably mines or something. It's the grotto for you. Like, stuff does so much damage.
Yeah, so the mines do 50 damage each, and you try to actually tank one of the mines here for speed. And he must have bonked one of the ones at the bottom. That's the only thing I can think of. Oh, he hit a spike.
Oh, a spike.
He hit a spike.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. So Cake should be doing Dark Annihilator here with 50 HP. Dark Annihilator is a fairly consistent boss. There's not a ton of I mean, he's got RNG in his attacks, and he could throw some shenanigans because of the saw blade on the ground. But for the most part, top level runners, this is an extremely consistent boss. They might get a bop here or there from an errant missile, but outside of that, it's a very, very consistent boss.
Yeah, you just don't really want to make a mistake on it, but it's really hard to make a mistake on it.
Yeah, you gotta miss a couple of those orbs to really put yourself into a lot of trouble. Otherwise, taking more than a couple of hits throughout the whole fight is pretty rare, unless you messed up big. Dash, meanwhile, thanks to that fairly large death for Cake, that's allowed him to get a little caught up here. I mean, he's about half a boss, plus a few seconds behind at the moment, and that's big for him. And he is going to take the save.
Yeah, but it was deathless for him. It was a perfect grotto.
Right, so he's looking good right now. So getting to the Enrage here adds these missiles you see flying in from the right with the white cross on them. If they happen to hit Dark Annihilator, they heal him for a small amount, so you don't want to do that. So there is a slightly faster strat coming into this boss that's really difficult to get. You can actually glitch water physics in by timing a jump at a certain time when you exit the water. It's really, really difficult to do.
It's a pixel perfect free jump. So
yeah,
it's not even possible every time. Sometimes this V falls too fast and you're literally not on that pixel ever.
yeah, and if you do get it, it is a 6-second time save, but it's just so rare that, you know, people don't count on it. You go for it if you can get it, but it's, you know, it's not really worth like trying to get because it's just so rare.
Yeah.
So Cake having no problems here with the laser section with these mine carts. Dash, meanwhile, is you know, flying right through the Dark Annihilator. Like I said, taking a couple bops, no big deal. It's pretty common.
Dash might go for his escape. He's one of the few runners that actually does it.
Yeah, I think him and Moon are some of the only ones that actually do it. He grabbed the watch there, and even though he skipped the cutscene, it ate one of his jumps.
Oh,
He wasn't quite prepared for that.
that's pretty small.
Yeah.
Yeah, is he gonna go for it? He's
Nope,
not.
not today. No SE skip.
And now Dash is about half an hour behind because of no SE skip.
So Cake here is going to go, I think he's going to go for it. He's going to go for the plant boost here. This is this strat here, it saves you about 2 seconds if you nail it, but you can't actually see what the plant on the left is doing. So you're kind of just flying blind as to when you have to jump.
Oh, he got it.
You're kidding me. He nailed it. What a boss.
That's one of the hardest damage boosts in the game. It's really precise to get the plant, not to die to the spike.
Wow, look at the YOLO strats there, going for double tanks there at the beginning. So far, he's looking pretty good on Terra. Oh, he's going to switch to Lust here. This is another YOLO strat. He's hoping to not get hit by a sleep orb. The sleep orb is the worst one, because at this point, it'll basically kill him. So that's what he was really hoping for, but he had no problems with it. He's going to leave the plant on the left alive. That's another speed strat. It doesn't take much to kill it, but why kill it when you don't have to? Tanking the lasers. What a kill, man. He's only like 1 second or so behind. I saw the timer turn red like right before,
that's insane.
You know, he killed it.
That's
nuts.
That was more than a perfect grotto. Nobody gets a grotto like that.
Good God. He's killing it. So when you're facing Cake in a race, and Cake gets going like this, you got your work cut out for you. I mean, Dash is playing really well. I mean, I'm not going to take anything at all away from Dash. He is really insane. Playing well. Yeah, he's playing super well right now. And Cake is just flying through the game at light speed.
Yeah, Dash is definitely like right now on a pace for sub 40.
Yeah, I mean, he could pull this one out really big. Let's hope he keeps it going, man. This is exciting. Cake hits the portal here in the underworld. He nailed the sloth there on that skeleton. I think he's the only person that goes for both of those. I haven't seen anybody else do it. I'm not positive.
That's just because he doesn't. He's not good at the greed strat on the skeleton, so he just came up with his own. It's not much faster than the greed strat. It's not really. It's just because he cannot do the greed one, so he came up with his own.
Sure looks sexy though, I gotta say. Anytime that you can pull Sloth out of nowhere and make it work and look good, that's always a good thing to see. Ooh, Dash with only a single minecart. So he's losing damage here by not going for the other minecarts, but I don't think he's concerned about it. It's just a safety measure for him to keep it there. I think he actually got stuck on the top one.
Yeah, that might just be
Or just go for 2 minecarts. So I'm kind of surprised to see him having done that. Opting to not tank the lasers too. I don't blame him.
Oh yeah, Dash plays more safe than most people on bosses, and it's not a bad stat because boss death are so costly in this game. So taking like a 1 second loss on a boss to be 10 times more safe is a smart idea.
Yeah. Cake got a bad bop there. Lost the fast track going into Craderack right there at the bottom. Okay, that was
He didn't
odd.
trigger the he like magic pixel the trigger. It's when you land on the original platform that the fight spawns. So if you don't spawn, if you don't touch the original platform, the fight just doesn't spawn.
Yeah,
which
so
is silly.
he task platformed that. So that's a 1-frame tap that he got right on the very edge of the platform. So he got looks like he got, is that 60
That's
damage?
like 42%, 40k.
So, you know, he's got a chance if he gets the right RNG to get the 2-cycle, but
I think
unless
it's too
we
late
see
already.
another wiggle here.
It's 42, 43% is asking for a lot.
Yep, he didn't get it. He didn't give him the right RNG. It requires him to do an extra attack there that is kind of unknown how and why it happens, but it
just
does.
happens.
Yeah.
Like, never.
Yeah. But again, no problems heading into the second part of the underworld. So there's 3 keys he's going to get, top, middle, and bottom. Each one of them's got their own little gauntlet. And then there's actually supposed to be a return trip that you're supposed to take on the way back. But Solgren made it so that you can actually just reset right when you grab the keys, and you don't have to actually make the return trips. So you just grab the key and reset
any
back.
of the 3 pad.
So bam, there he goes. He's taking the bottom path because the top and middle are cycle-based, so he wants to be on the right cycles as soon as he respawns for both of those.
He did good on the right side because he went under that worm that it just makes you a little bit faster. You don't have to wait for the worm. You can go under if you're fast enough.
Yeah, because the hitbox for those Craterak spawns actually doesn't start until you get to the red part of the body. So the yellow part there where the jaws are doesn't actually count as a hitbox. So you can just kind of jankily slide right under them. But you have to be really quick in order to get that. Dash having a little problems there with the phrase lows. Good job, man.
He's
Giving him trouble.
That wasn't the best underworld for him, but like it's still pretty fast. I think he had a pretty slow portal, but only one dead, so it's like it was actually pretty good. Just a slightly slower, safer strats overall.
Cake now getting to the final key before Ancient Constructs. DLC boss that you won't be seeing in this tournament because we skip right over the top of it. So you got 2 bad fire guys there. 3 bad fire guys.
Hopefully he doesn't die.
4! Look at that! 4
Yeah.
times in the top left corner. That is unheard of.
That's really rare.
That is awful RNG. So when you heard us talking about getting bad fire guy spawns and things, that's the kind of stuff we're talking about.
Yeah,
that is just...
One of them just as they shot, they went up left, they are untouchable there. So that's bad RNG.
Yeah. They actually got 3 of them to do that. And then one of them respawned and then went back up into the corner again. So he technically had 4 different times where they went up into the corner and he couldn't hit him right away.
Okay,
That was
Cake coming
awful.
up on the tournament skip. He's gonna get it. And he got it. Even went fast enough to go above that black hole.
Yeah, so that skip, as you guys may have seen, was just discovered by Fraslow a few days ago. And he unleashed it in his race the other day. And it was awesome to see, you know, brand new like that.
Yeah.
Taking a flutter.
Oh, wow.
Wow, nailed it.
Insane.
I think outside of myself, he's the only person that's hit that in the tournament so far. That's awesome.
Canada's probably went for it.
Yeah, Cake went for it the other day, but he failed it. So, Dash here going through Craterak. He got about 55% of his health down on that first go. Oh, man, he got the RNG too. If he'd gotten a little more damage, he actually had a chance at the 2-cycle, but his damage was just a little bit lacking there.
Dash is on the 2 deaths on Krat so far. We've been watching Cake, but Dash has been like struggling on Krat.
Yeah, you're right. Just seeing that.
He's got a flawless now, though.
Yeah, he is. Especially with him doing the rocks there at the end.
Yeah.
Finishing with a rock in style. Hey, when you bust out a flawless kill in a race, you're doing something right. Can't be mad about that.
Yeah. Flawless or you stealth pretty hard.
Yeah. So heading into Myogi 2 here, Cake's going to heal her 6 times at the beginning.
He's
skipping the save there. That's dangerous strat. But he's going to heal her 6 times at the beginning. So if you hit her while her shield is up, you actually heal her. So he's going for 6 heals, which is going to set her health up so that we can do a skip where you skip her in rage phase if you damage her properly at a certain spot.
Apparently, Cake practiced it a lot, and now he's supposed to be pretty consistent at it. So,
well, that's awesome.
We'll see if he gets it. It's really important.
Right. It's a 40-second time save about.
It's the hardest skip in the game so far, and it's a really important one.
It's actually a 4-frame window to nail it. So yeah, it's no joke to get. Oh, she gave him meteors.
Oh, he got it.
He got it though. Good job. Excellent.
That was hard because he had meteors on him. If he got hit, it blocks his control for a bit.
Yeah, so when you have a 4-frame window and you get bopped, you actually lose control of V for, a second or so. I don't know exactly how many frames you lose control of her for.
Oh, yeah,
but you do lose.
But long enough.
Yeah, you lose control of her. And it's enough that it'll keep you from actually getting that final hit in if you get hit at the wrong time. So it's happened to many a runner. Ooh, wow. Oh, dash. That was so clutch on that crap spawn.
That was actually really close. So Cake's playing like insane right now.
Yeah.
He's nailing a lot of these strats.
So getting the new tournament skip there means there's none of these black holes you're going to see that normally are here in...
Wow.
He got all of them.
Yeah, he killed all. That's insane.
So normally there's a cycle here that you would reset for at that save down at the bottom. And he doesn't have to worry about that anymore. Oh, by the way, he nailed the password.
Easy.
And yeah, so all these black holes are gone now, making this section really simple. And it also makes it so that there usually is a cycle here. It was called Oga cycle, Oga skip. And so if you went fast enough through there, you could actually slide through and flutter down between where all the black orbs there. But we don't have to do that anymore because they no longer exist as long as you do that skip.
And Cake's pretty happy about it because it was a really hard escape and you had to go really fast for it, but Cake is so good that it was too fast, so he had to wait there. So he doesn't have to wait anymore.
Dash missing the tournament skip, opting to just go through library like normal. So it does cost him some time here because he does have to talk to the angels and make the backtrack there, and he's going to have to wait for the portals and make some extra resets when it comes into the gate section there before chambers. Cake here is still musicless through the chambers. So it's a new bug that was introduced, causes the music to not play until you've actually died once here. And so if you get a musicless chambers, you did something right.
Yeah, you're getting pretty good chambers.
So basically his only chance to die at this point is if he messes up the platforming at the end here. Very unlikely.
Yeah, it's still a really precise segment. But Cake is pretty good. He's gonna nail it and get musicless chambers.
Yep, getting into the twin orcs, so he goes for the quick kill here.
He's behind already. His timer is red, so
yeah, he actually was behind when he basically grabbed the yellow save at the beginning of the red save at the beginning of that room, the last room. It turned red basically right after the skeletons.
But
Cake actually uses it. Yeah, he uses a slightly different strat here. He uses the old method, which I think under ideal circumstances is still a tiny bit faster.
If you have perfect damage, it's really good.
Yeah, so he goes for that. Ooh, killing purple like really early that time. Excellent.
That was really clean.
He didn't take a single bop that wasn't planned. Every one of those damage hits he took there was completely
He tried to skip the cutscene, but it doesn't exist anymore.
So Dash there, he got to the very end where the convings are, and he fell between the platforms. So that sends him back to before the grabby hands. That's kind of a costly death.
It's really hard to fall between those platforms, but sometimes it just happens to you.
Yeah, you just get on the perfect pixel and just woo, down you go. So Cake here has gotten into the Path of Decay. This is essentially, you know, the final area as far as difficult platforming is concerned. The Heart of the Baneful, it has a couple of little fights and some very minor platforming, but this is basically, you know, the end of it.
This is the longest and the hardest.
Yeah, this strawberry room is irritating for a lot of people. And you get it, you know, with no problems. Oh, he task platformed!
Insane.
Wow.
That's frame perfect. Really
I don't
hard.
think he was ready for it, because if he was, he could have.
He did. He did the right set.
Oh, okay. I thought he could have gone right back to it.
Yeah.
You know, from the other
he
side.
actually goes for that.
He doesn't. He goes for that exactly like that.
Yeah. He did it like on purpose. He did, Lude. He did.
Yeah, he's get that
just
save
skipped
there.
the save before the hardest move. Because that's just what King does.
Yeah, it just tells you the level of confidence that he has when he's skipping these crazy difficult saves.
Dash missed the Miyogi skip, so that's what it looks like when you miss it.
Yeah, she basically throws out 3 different gauntlets of attacks for you to deal with, and that's the final one there. She also spawns this skull. So now he's got this skull that's going to relentlessly pursue him through the rest of the fight, and he's going to have to bop it away. So it just adds another thing for you to keep track of in a fight that already has a ton of other things to keep track of. It adds a considerable amount of difficulty to the fight. Cake grabbing the demon form. He's going to go for the wiggle here at the top. He's been doing it for a while now.
Wow.
Oh, he got it!
He got it really fast, too.
Dash Diz does take down Myogi too, so he is getting ready to move into the chambers here himself now.
He's gonna have to deal with the black holes now. Because he talked to the angels. So slightly slower for him. But if it's what he feels more confident with still, it's fair to go. Like, we all know how to deal with the black holes, so...
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a brand new strat, so everybody knows how to do that. So Cake's hitting into Azrael here. The queen bee of the demons.
It's a really hard boss fight for a lot of people, but usually top-level runners have it pretty easy.
Yeah, the most dangerous thing here is gravity, so he's got to be careful not to, you know, slip between the platforms or have Azrael lower a platform right as he's trying to land on it, because that is an unfortunate thing.
He's not making platform go up. I don't know why. Okay. He finally did it.
That's a high portal.
Well, yeah, that's because he has no platform up in the sky. It's really easy to get more platform high once they are all high, because then you can just make them go high by jumping on the souls.
Right, it's really annoying when she spawns one of the portals like underneath the platform.
Yeah,
that can be really annoying.
Cake's having a really good fight. He's not really missing any damage.
Yeah, no red shields, no damage missed.
And it's gonna be flawless,
that was a smooth dodge.
Yeah. Flawless as well. Flawless, one of the hardest boss in the game.
Awesome. Long live the queen. Yeah. So this is the Heart of the Baneful. As I was talking about, there's not a whole lot going on here. It's a relatively short section. There's basically 2 little fights. The first one you just saw, and then there's one more coming up right here. And then it's off to the boss. So there's not much there. Path of Decay is truly like, you know, the end game when it comes to
the last
platform
stage,
battle. So Dash taking the safe strats here.
Dash
Interesting,
fell
though.
between two platforms, so we had to reset there. It was really unfortunate.
Coming into J1, Cake's gonna just get right up in his face with Envy and just completely shred him.
Also,
it's almost as
super
if he's
hard
not
stack.
there. Yeah. Getting good RNG.
Yeah,
too,
that's
getting
really
early
good.
spikes.
Two head. Oh no, he shot above.
Yeah.
Unlucky.
So you take a fair amount of extra damage on him. I don't know exactly what the value is per spike, but when you get him in his face, you get 3 spikes in his face. That's a big chunk of his health that he's gonna lose without you having to do that damage.
Spikes in the face are like 50% more damage.
Yeah, I just don't know what the actual like damage range. Oh, he ducked.
Yeah,
that was just unfortunate too. So he's lost out on 2 spikes of damage. Not that it mattered.
Someone's asking about SC skip. SC skip is after you kill the big robot, you can go in a gap that's about 1v wide. It's mostly a meme. It's really hard and it's not faster. So a lot of people are gonna meme about this.
So if you're watching Dash's screen right now, you'll notice he is dancing with the orcs. They give him the balls in rage this time, which is actually pretty good. It allows him to get a good amount of damage on. The one he doesn't want to see is shields. Shields is terrible because you just can't damage him during that whole time. Cake, meanwhile, into the final boss here. He's going to constantly be taking damage to the fight, so he's going to need to grab these green orbs. Getting the good RNG with the eyeball not being on the left edge. That's really good. Lets him get a ton of damage on him. Can tank the laser? Nope.
I think he's gonna get right scream. Okay, no, he did get left scream. That's gonna be good.
Yeah, he got 260 damage on him right there.
Yeah,
during that
this was actually perfect. He's probably gonna go for laser tank and then rage. Oh, got the face pop. That's really unfortunate. Should be fine.
Didn't get as good RNG on the second dive, but he is going to have plenty of health here, damage done to...
He got the fast and rage.
Absolutely. He's going to tank this laser. So this is a strat where you take the first pop on its way up, and then you jump off to the side, and it lets you get a ton of extra damage on him instead of having to go onto the platform like he did for the first lasers.
Gonna get orbs. That's really good.
Wow. He got great RNG this fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
GG.
Nice. Sub 37.
Man, 36. It looked like a 36.54 when he got the kill.
Yeah. No other runner has ever gotten a sub 37 in game time. Cake's the only one to have done it, and he's done it like 5 or 6 times now.
And he busted one out in a race. That's when it doesn't matter, who you are. When you're facing someone of CakeSauc's caliber and he busts out a run like this, you can put on your best show, and there's just not a lot you can do.
It's better than the second place time. So like that's if Cake didn't have world record, that would be the best time ever beat by anyone else.
Yeah.
So like, how do you want to beat that as Dash? You don't. Yeah, and it's a second 36 in a tournament, and nobody else ever got that.
Yeah, the consistency is just scary good. He's amazing. It's great to see, putting on a show like that.
Hey, Cake.
Cake, what a race, dude! Another sub 37, man.
Yeah, went pretty well.
It's your second sub 37 in a race.
Yeah. In fact, I swear I've seen the 37-33 RTA timing at least one other time so far.
Oh, really?
Like recently. Maybe it was the exact same time. I don't know. But yeah, feels good.
Now, we were watching your timer, and I think it was at Terravine, you were only like 1 second behind. I was like, whoa, man, he is flying.
Well, I was behind quite a bit by then. It was Amethyst when I was 11 seconds behind, which was pretty decent.
Yeah, it was a pretty decent run. Dash was on your tail up to like Amethyst. So Dash played really well during the game, and it's still on a good run for him.
Yeah, the Troll Cave hit him really hard.
Yeah, but he was even with you up until Troll Cave, which was pretty good.
Man, Troll Cave's hard.
It is.
Yeah, when you took the death to the spike right before Dark Annihilator and went back, it actually brought him back. Like, he was pretty close to you. Like, he entered DA, like, I think right after you finished. So he was right on your heels at that point.
Yeah, I was a little worried about that death. That was kind of rough.
Yeah, we didn't really see it. We were watching Dash actually at that point, and then we saw that you were behind.
And you pulled out the plant boost, dude.
I had to, yeah, the plant boost. I actually had to do. Oh, yeah, the minecart plant boost. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that's the first time we see it in the tournament. So
Yeah, I saw that you'd just been practicing it like right before, you know, the run had gone on. You were even working with the bat a little bit there, I saw.
Yeah, I think honestly I should probably learn the bat setup for it, because the bat at least consistently hits you, but I don't know. I need to practice that a lot more if I want to use it.
yeah, it's only a really small time save, and it's really hard.
Yeah, it seemed like the bat's only about a half a second or so slower. Oh, Dash, man, that was a rough one. He got 3 damage on the troll, tried to sniper diagonally down as he went into the end right before Azrael, and he missed, and then went back and just fell in the pit. That was tough.
You had no jump there.
Yeah.
So, Cake, you're 5-0. You've won all your races.
Yeah,
So
I
you're
guess
gonna
that
get
happened.
You've won 4 of those 5 races against all very high quality opponents too. You know, like, your schedule was not simple by any means. You faced nothing but high end players. So to come out 5-0 against, you know, some of the toughest competition in the V community is really strong.
It really shows why you're above the rest.
I mean, I got really nervous playing against the likes of Squall, Ziggy, and Shark.
Yeah.
And yeah, especially since Ziggy and Shark both have stepped it up big lately.
Yeah, they've improved
been
a lot.
improving quite a bit.
Shark's on your tail. You might get a sub 37 soon, so which would make him the second person to get one, and that would be right on your tail.
Yeah, I mean, both Ziggy and Shark are right there. Ziggy's lost a couple of runs, I think, in the last day or two that have been on sub 37 pace. Shark has as well, so it's kind of like, man, if they knock out that barrier, what's left between them and me? Nothing.
Yeah, I mean, Shark had a run today that was, I think, 30-ish seconds behind, like, going into Path of Decay, and it's like, oh man, he was really moving.
You're not safe. You're quite ahead of the competition, but if they don't stop playing until the tournament's over.
And I'm just trying to, like, right now step up my strats to another level, but they're all really sketchy things.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
seeing
they're
like
all-
all the things I'm going for here: the jetty skip, the plant boost, the really aggressive taking everything but one hit on Terravine. There's so many little things. You probably caught the little flutter under the platform strat there going into Myogi 2 as well, right before the elevator. I'm trying to pull out everything I can think of right now to get myself just an edge.
You're becoming Canada's now.
Yeah, I was going to mention, you know, Canaris is another one. He is doing every high-level strat, too, which means that, you know, his level of completion is much lower than the other guys. But, man, he puts them together, and he just gets these crazy runs going, and it's...
Canaris is a grinder. Like, he doesn't get salty if he doesn't get it. He just resets and keeps going.
I wish I had that talent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Canaris is definitely somebody that I think if he plays this a lot, he's going to be very good, and he's honestly someone I'm kind of afraid of. I think he can beat me. I just don't know if he's going to commit a lot of time to this game in the future, or if he's going to stick mostly to his other stuff, because he tends to mostly just play Nier as well as other games.
Yeah, Nier is definitely his main game, but V is equal and or right behind.
Yeah. So Dash here just getting to J1. He's gonna use Lust strats. He's taking the safer route here. It's a little bit slower than taking the Envy route to be sure, but it's much safer. So he's gonna have a much easier time here without taking a ton of damage. It is a little bit more difficult, however, to hit spikes. I'm not really sure why he reset there. Is it because he took a couple buffs?
I think you might have. Oh my god, Dash! What are you doing?
Oh, he thought he had to cutscene skip again.
Yeah.
I've done that before, where you get blasted up into the sky and just opt to reset.
This is a good run for him. He could get like a 47, which isn't like too much off his PB. That's only like 2 minutes, but that's a pretty good time for him.
Yeah, certainly.
He fell behind to like mostly 1 or 2 really big mistake. He
did Myogi 2 skip. He had some trouble there with the Troll Cave. He did have issues in a few spots, no doubt, but he still played very well throughout. Oh, he took 2 deaths to Krat. That was another one. He took 2 deaths to Crateract, and he also missed the new. You guys are calling it the tournament skip. I've been calling it the Angel skip because you're skipping the Angels, but either way, he did miss that as well.
Still.
Yeah.
Oh, Dash just typed in chat. He's probably waiting for the Angels.
Yeah. Basically this whole final section here, this climb, we all fly through it. We know exactly how to do it, but you can go as slow as you want as long as the Angels, get there about the same time as you. There's no rush at all. They because you have to wait until they get up to the top anyway. So that there's no real hurry there.
So, Cake.
Yo.
Who do you think your opponent is gonna be? The contenders are like Kale, Moon, and Dash, really, to get 8th place, because you're gonna fight the 8th seed person in the bracket week 1. Might be Dash again, might be Moon, Kale.
I'm expecting it's gonna be Moon.
Oh wow, that's pretty good. Moon has had a pretty good average time, so it's really good to make it in to break the ties.
I think most likely Moon gets it unless. No, I think Moon's gonna get into the bracket.
If I win against Canaris, I don't think Moon has a chance, but that's really unlikely for me.
I don't think that matters because
that
you would eliminate Canaris. Canaris would be out.
Oh yeah, Canaris would be out, you're right.
So if you eliminate Canaris, you just take his place pretty much because he'll be 4-1. Moon will still get that. The only thing that can change... Is there anything that can change that? The only thing that can change that
Dash
is
got
if
the
somebody
low laser.
Yeah. Okay, so it depends if Cal does the bracket or not, too.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
Cal has been in and out. He might drop out of the bracket even if he gets it. We'll see how he feels.
So yeah, Dash did manage to get, the quick and rage there, but he gave him a kind of a odd, half dive and gave him a super low laser. He had a janky laser there that he had to dodge.
Oh no, he's gonna die.
No.
He's gonna die.
No! Dash, so close.
Really unfortunate buff from the orbs.
He was actually, if you looked at his timer there, he was going to have like a 150 kill. That was a smooth kill.
Yeah. But yeah, Dash has improved a lot since the start of the tournament. What was his time before he started? Was it above 1 hour?
I believe it was in the mid-50s.
Okay.
But I could be
Metric was above 1 hour.
Yeah, I was at a 106 when I started this tournament.
Yeah, and now you're like, what, sub 50?
Yeah, I am 47.
Yeah.
I'm 47.08, I believe. And all I wanted before this tournament was over was a sub 50. I didn't even know if I'd be able to get that. And, I'm not the only one. There are so many people in this tournament so far that have just massively improved their PBs.
Yeah.
There's been so many new strats developed, new skips that have been found. I mean, the amount of growth that this game has gotten in a short time has just been amazing, honestly. Very few games go through this much growth, especially when it's not like a brand new game.
Yeah, this game is like almost 4 years old now.
Right. So, usually games like this, they might see small, optimizations and things like that happen here or there. Not major improvements like this game has seen.
It's been more alive.
Crazy.
Like the last time it was this alive, it was like on release.
Yeah, it's been about 2 years because that's when I got into the game, and it was pretty much dead when I first got into this game.
Yeah. So no dash. Okay. Oh, you walked out for a bit too.
Yeah.
He's getting paralyzed for quite a bit. Okay, he's not paralyzed anymore.
Yeah, I would say the biggest thing to say about the tournament so far is just how much Wolfie's been bopped.
Oh yeah,
that too.
Wolfie was the untouched straight place, and now he's 7th, and he might be out of top 10 by the end of the tournament.
Something else I think that's crazy about it is that he's only one of 3 people who prior to this tournament had a sub 40, and there are new strats. The AC skip wasn't even around. That's a full minute. Almost, so basically, his run was super good before.
Oh yeah, Wolfie's run's insane.
Yeah, I mean, and so it's taken people, these new skips and these huge time saves, Dash finishing up J2, but yeah, it's taken people all these new time saves to be able to finally take him down, and it's just crazy. And then, like I said, so many people have bopped him at this point.
Yeah. Hey, Dash.
Hi. Welcome aboard, sir.
Hey. That went okay. I mean, besides J2 at the end was really
the J2
rough.
death was unfortunate.
Yeah,
it was really close to death.
Yeah, J2 got me, as that happens. But the thing is, though, if I had beat him my first try, that would have been a PB yesterday. Now, yesterday I PB'd by 3 minutes, but if I hadn't done that, then that would have been a PB. And besides the J,
that was gonna be like a 47 something time, which is really close to your PB, and it's still a really good time to put out. 47 is pretty hard to get in a race unless you're a top runner.
Yeah, so I'm it's unfortunate. Yeah, I died on J2, whatever. But
J2's hard.
Besides that, I'm really happy with how that went. But Cake, what did Cake get? Just
Cake got
what? 37, 35.
No, he got he got 37 RTA, but in game time it was sub 37.
Oh,
so, a time that nobody else ever achieved aside from him.
Yeah, there's nothing like, running into a juggernaut and having him put up a monster race on top of it. I mean, there's honestly nobody else could have competed with the run that he put up today. So, he crushed it. You had a good race. You had a couple problems in some areas. Troll Cave gave you some issues. You missed the Myogi 2 skip, missed the new tournament skip.
Oh, yeah. Myogi 2 skip. I think that's the first time I've actually missed that in a tournament race at this point.
Oh, wow.
But, it was dumb. It was like, she did the swirly fire first, which isn't that big of a deal, but it's psyched me out, and I just forgot to hit her at the right time.
When there's other attacks in the arena, it's so much harder.
Yeah, if it was meteors, then I would have more of an excuse, but it was just the fire swirl. But like I said, it just psyched me out, and I freaked out and missed my chance.
Wait a minute, Dash, did I see that correctly just now on your screen a second ago? Did you flawless J2 on that second kill?
I don't think so. I flawlessed him in... Oh,
that's weird. It said save your flawless popped up on your screen. I was like, wait a minute.
This game doesn't take you out of flawless.
Hey, look at that. I did. No, I flawlessed him. It doesn't take you out of flawless if you miss a health orb, right? But that just means I didn't.
And the stream doesn't go toward removing flawless either.
Well, dude, what a performance!
Yeah, nice job flawlessing that.
As I was fighting him the third time, I was just thinking man, why didn't I just do this the first time? It felt a lot better. I'm
fairly certain that is the first flawless J2. Of the tournament. That's awesome, man. That's no joke. That's a tough skip.
Yeah, but it was a third attempt flawless. If I just went in there and flawlessed him, awesome. But I mean, he did kill me twice first, so let's wait for the first true flawless.
Yeah, so now you're 3-2. So to make it into the bracket, we're gonna look at your average time and compare against other people. We're gonna be 3-2 because there's gonna be more than 8 people that are 5-0, 4-1, and 3-2.
Yeah,
yeah.
And that ending J2 there didn't help me there.
Yeah, so today you were really running against yourself, but you still put up a good time.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was a good race. I mean,
yeah, you played well, man.
Yeah, it wasn't as good as I was hoping, but it also was a heck of a lot better than it could have been. I was trying to avoid the phrase "huge embarrassing failure," and I think I did that.
I think you played well. You put up a good time. The J2 death was really unfortunate. But if you don't see that J2 death, it was like a 47-minute time, which is really good for a race.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 40. Oh, Craterack was a nightmare as well.
Yeah,
so.
Crat was a big one.
The reality of it is, anytime you put up a sub 50, you did well. I mean, it's super difficult to do that, and you can be proud of any time you put that up. There's no such thing as huge embarrassing failure putting up a sub 50. This is a hard game, and you played very well overall.
Yeah, I feel good about it.
You should.
All right. Well, I'm excited to see who of the 3-2s makes it into the bracket.
Yeah,
and, yeah. If I don't make it, if I make it, that's exciting, and if I don't, it's kind of relieving also because
you want a fun fact? If you make it, you might be 8th seed, so you might fight CakeSauc next week.
Oh yeah, right. I was already thinking that. I think I was talking about that on stream, where it's like, if I make top 8, I'm probably the worst. I'm probably the lowest, which means I'll just go against Cake again next week.
Yes.
However, it's going to be a double elimination bracket, so that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be screwed on the second week.
Right.
Yeah, second week you would technically. I don't remember. I don't have a bracket in mind real fast, but
you'll probably face Phraselo.
I don't even think I'm gonna make it.
And you might notice that Cake and I both went to teeter on the same ledge, I think. It was a special request from Solgren, so there you
go.
So good luck making it into brackets. We'll see as the week goes on. Now you just have to wait and pray, pretty much.
Yeah. Sounds good. Thanks, guys. And thanks for the run, Cake. It was really fun.
Yeah, thanks for the race. It was fun.
Don't forget to follow the runners and the commentary. They're good people.
Yeah, they are.
Absolutely. Everybody that's in this tournament is good people.
Yes.
Yay!
So, I'm about done. I don't have any last word.
Yeah, I'd just like to thank Phraselo here for doing great commentary alongside me today.
Thank you too, man.
Yeah, definitely. Dash and Cake, you guys, you both put up a great run. You should be proud of everything that you guys have accomplished so far. This tournament has been an amazing experience, and we're looking forward to more great V races.
Yay!
Same. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
Have a good night.
Goodbye.